Alrighty, y'all, we have made it to Sarasota, Florida, and we're trying to find the entrance for the Ringling, which is the Ringling Brothers Museum here. I think this might be part of it. This looks like some kind of theater, and then I think there's another building over there. So we're gonna try and figure this out. Alright, this looks promising. Visitors Pavilion. All right, y'all, we are in. We got our wristbands for our family of 5, 3 kids, 2 adults. It costs $75, but there is a lot to do here. So this is just the visitor center area right here. And then they have one big circus entrance right here, building. There's another building over there. There's the art museum over there. Of course, you can go explore all of the gardens as well. And then all the way in the back is the Kazan mansion, which you pay extra for to get like a full-on walkthrough of that. But she said that you can also go around on the outside and kind of explore the outside of the museum. So this should be super cool. Let's go on in. This is... Hello. This is cool. It's like a display of all the different newspapers about the circus. So it's fun. It's like a make your own advertising using their fonts and whatnot. It's little magnets so you can create your own things, and these are all magnetic as well. So you can they have the picture in the background for you and you can add the words to it. It's all about the advertising of the circus. This is interesting right here. They hired a classical composer in 1942 to write a ballet for an elephant. It's a new elephant act called Circus Polka. Okay, so this is little models of the circus. Oh wow, Beckett, look at all the trains. Yeah, is this so cool? Wow. So Howard, this guy right here, the lady was telling me, just died a few years ago, but he's been making these models until he passed away. This is amazing. Look at how real this looks. This is so cool. The Knoxville Box Company? So are we in Knoxville? Huh.
Oh, look, they use what for the snow?
It looks like cotton.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Cotton balls, I think.
That's super cool. Wow, this is impressive. And they give you all the info. Okay, so it's like the circus coming to town. So he starts with the trains and then you go into the tents way down there. Ah, this is awesome. So this first part is all about how they packed the trains and how each section had certain things in them so that it was a little bit more organized whenever they got to the site where they're gonna set up the circus. And they have things about unloading the trains, and so they depict all the things coming off of the train right here, all the people. This is so cool. So right here they mention how at the end of the track they have these ramps that they pull down so that they can unload everything, everybody gets off, and then this over here is setting up the grounds for the circus lot, because they had to just find a big giant grassy area where they could set up the big tents and everything else outside of here for all the vendors. And so they had, oh, those pancakes look good, huh? Yeah. So this was the cooking supplies that they needed to feed everyone here. And then of course they need food for all the animals as well. And look at this tent right here, where they have everybody eating.
Dad.
What?
Those lights are going dark.
Oh, that's so cool. So the lights just dimmed, and I think it's supposed to simulate nighttime. So you kind of get a feel for what the circus would be at night. They talk about how the cookhouse was set up first so that people can eat. And then there's the dining tent right here, which is where everybody would eat, over here and over here.
Is this where they do all the circus stuff in that big way?
Not yet. This is where they eat, because they have to feed everybody who's a part of the circus.
And how do you, is that another way to get in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to show me?
I wanted to ask you something.
Okay,
So
what?
I asked Mom this and said, go ask Dad if. So I asked if we could go up there and she said, go ask Dad if he could go with me up into
Oh,
there.
up there? We'll have to
Yes,
see how to
so
get
we
up
can-
there. I would like to see this from way up top. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think there's an elevator.
So this here's the ring stock tent, and this is the tent where mostly all of the horses were located. Kind of like a, I see that, like a makeshift stable, which I never even thought about, like needing a stable for all the horses to be able to have a room, basically. So interesting how much went into putting on a circus that I just didn't even realize. And you see, like, it goes all the way back there. I'm assuming this is like a big circular thing and you go all the way around. And the next thing is the rest tents, so that everyone could rest. Very cool. See all the musicians in there. They have all their little instruments right there on the table. This is so, like, incredible how much they've recreated this. See your trapeze artists right there? I love this type of, like, miniature type of stuff. Spec performers. They talk about the performer's entrance. Life in the backyard. Look at this. So this is all behind the tent. I believe the main circus area is this tent right here. You have to go all the way around to be able to get to it. So kind of like movie stars, they had private tents for some of the more famous circus acts. You know, some movie stars have like their own RV or something like that on a movie lot. And then this is the dressing tent for all of the performers. Look at how many, too. That is nuts. So now we have the circus day right here. And it looks like this is kind of a parking lot for everyone to come. Oops, sorry. And then this is kind of like the town area. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? I'm very impressed by this model. This might be one of the coolest models we've ever seen. So we watched a video about Midway, and Midway was kind of like the first thing that the customers saw, because that's where they made most of their money. It was, you know, all the food and the vendors and the sideshow attractions and all that type of stuff. And I put two and two together. Whenever we were at a fair one time, I noticed that the benches had Midway written on them. So apparently they're still live and active and working at like fairs and that type of stuff, which is super cool. Oh, look, here's the Fairgrounds right here. So this is where, from what I understand,
Is that like a little trolley?
that is a little trolley. Is that cool? So this is where they really make their money, with ice cream and candy and the sideshows and all this type of stuff on these fairgrounds here. Oh, getting dark. Oh, look, the little lights turn on. That's fun.
Now it's nighttime again.
So these are all the different sideshows. So cool.
Candied apples.
So this is to the big show main entrance, which was one of the first things that I showed you guys as we walked into this place. They had basically a replica, I guess, I don't know if it's a replica or the real one, where it says this right here, to the big show, the main entrance. And then you're gonna walk through. I've never been to a circus before. They've come to our town, but I've never experienced one that I can remember. So you have a little walkway right there, and then we go into the circus tent. Oh, this is so cool. Wow. So this is like you see all the animals type of thing? Like before you get to the main circus?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been to a circus before? I don't think I have either. Oh, daytime.
We're done.
Ah,
Can we go up the place now? Yeah. Oh, wait, we have to go all the way around and then we can go upstairs.
these are the guys setting up the circus tents right here, staking them down. Look at all the elephants in the back right there. There's so many. Just a long line. What'd you find?
This is the bathroom for men.
Uh,
Please face this way. I was like, what are they doing in there? And then I realized it's a trough to pee in. And if you
yeah.
have to poop, there's like
There's like a little tent.
covered tents.
Yeah, that's funny.
I can't see the women's one though.
Let's see, where's the
Can't climb.
bathroom?
In here.
The women's is like a one big tent.
See, look, they're peeing in the trough down there.
Can I get up to see them?
I don't really think we're supposed to be climbing on that, y'all. I don't
can't
think that's
see
a good
them.
idea.
Dad said I could do this. Mom,
So this right here is the main circus area.
I was wondering,
Wow.
how did they get all those chairs from Dad?
Guess they bring them on a train.
And they buy them.
Yep, because they set up this entire
A lot of
tent.
money.
Everything that's in here.
Yeah, just pay.
Oh, yeah.
Look, reserve seats are 50 cents.
I'll take a reserve.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just 50 cents. Like,
I don't even know how much a circus costs these days, like to get a ticket.
it's a lot, I can tell you.
Justin, take the girls.
Didn't they? Did he? I feel like he did.
To where?
A circus. You got the flying acrobats right there. Whoa, oh, they move. That's so
How did we
fun.
not notice that?
It just started.
Oh, okay.
Does anything else move?
Imagine the trapeze like actually swing.
This is so fun. So did he hand make all of the different people in here?
Yep.
Wow.
Make them out of.
I would assume like a clay.
So I think like these people were purchased.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like this one looks like he made the hair on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe he bought like generic figures.
Right. Or pre-made. I don't know. We need to ask the lady at the front.
But like the performers look made.
Right, right. All right, it just turned night and it's getting dark. All the little lights and lamps came on. Oh, look, the little horse thing down there is spinning. That's so fun.
Oh, the horse thing is moving?
Yeah, it spins. It's cool. I don't know if certain other things happen or not.
I mean, think about they had electricians, they had carpenters,
Uh-huh.
laundry, people washing clothes, they had barbers.
Cooks, chef, you know.
Yeah, but that's obvious, but like
Every occupation.
To go right there.
yeah, there's a whole horse tent.
Yeah.
Like my dream.
Actually, there was another one over there too, I believe,
Oh, yeah,
where it
this
was
one right
like
here's a horse tent.
stalls.
This one in the middle is a horse tent. These are the horse
Wow. Like, you can see just a line of horses
and all the
in this tent.
animal feet on
That's crazy. What's this? A blacksmith tent?
the horseshoes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow.
And then what's this stuff?
Water. So now we're at the part where the circus is leaving and they're talking about loading the equipment and how they're trying to, they put everything exactly where it goes so that they have the most space efficiency. There's a train master who coordinated all that. Well, this model was impressive. That was worth the entry fee here just to see how much goes into putting on a circus. Okay, now we're going through here. This way to the big show. So they have a little listening station right here, and you can listen to some of the music.
Here, listen.
Actually, be over here. I mean, here. Oh yeah. Hit next. You want to hear it? That's fun. So it's like a whole bunch of different kinds of circus music. Oh, so they're playing music from the kalupi. I think I'm saying that right. And that's this instrument right here that makes all those like tooting horn sounds. I don't know the best way to describe it, but whenever you hear circus music, it's made from that type of instrument right there. So interesting. All right, Beckett, we're going into the main area. Is this cool? Yep. Is that crazy? Oh, you gotta try and walk the rope? That's fun. Whoop. Alright, I gotta try it now. Let's see if I can do it in sandals.
It gets skinnier as you go. See,
I got it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And then it gets all the way just to the silver.
Ah! I fell. You did it. Oh, this is cool. So they have like a video of the clown car right here with Lou Jacobs, who's like a famous clown. And he could fit inside of the car. This is the original one right here. And they have a little replica right here that you can take a picture in. Oh, there he is. It's amazing that he could fit in there. This is a fun little display. They have the sounds of the circus. You can press to play the music, and then you lift it up to find out which act that music went with. Then they had this one right here, which is about all the ringmasters, and if you listen, you can hear like their beginning presentation, being a ringmaster, like what they say at the beginning of the circus. Super cool. A lot of really neat stuff. I really like how colorful this place is, because we obviously have Beckett here. He's only 6 years old and he can't read, but he's able to like go through and press buttons and play with the magnet stuff. He did the tightrope over there, so it has like a lot of interactivity to it. And there's also the touch screens over here where you can watch some of the circus acts, which are super cool as well. Like this one right here, there's 7 different acts that you can watch. All about the elephants and all the animals. Ah, this is so cool. It's so well done too. Like even with the stage lighting that they have pointing down at all of the things to kind of help direct your eye to certain things. It's very nicely done. What?
I need your hand.
To do what? Oh, you want to stand? Is this gonna be your pose? Whoa! It's like a slide. Again, super interactive here. The butt jump. They have like a little area right here where you can do a drawing, and they give you some questions that you can draw about. So if you were a circus performer, what act would you do and why? And what is your favorite circus memory?
Can I write?
That looks, let me see it again. Oh, it's the trapeze.
Whenever you swing to the other person.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now we're doing, and then I think it goes.
Yeah, they'll put it up there. There you go. That's fun. So I believe that these are some of like the toys and trinkets that you can, that people could buy as like collector's items, or they had like puzzles and banks and all this type of stuff like after the show. Okay, this is super interesting. American circuses were quick to pick up on any technological innovations that could stir excitement in their audience. And it says that they use these technologies to create death-defying acts of bravery. This is interesting because the circus is basically like today's YouTube. Because on YouTube, people try to get to technological innovations and then they like try to see what they can do with them that would be interesting or entertaining. So I find it interesting how technology has changed from a tent in a circus doing this type of stuff to people on YouTube figuring out and making a video about it. So they have some seating set up here so that you can watch a little bit of the circus show. This video is really well done. It's all about the different circus acts that they've had, and they have like little blurbs of information. It's kind of like a compilation of a bunch of them. It was really, really cool. It's fun to see. There's some costumes right here as well. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on a circus after seeing all this.
It looks really fun.
Kind of scary.
Yeah. But I think you'd get used to it if you were working there.
True.
Yeah.
Practice, right? Yep.
It takes a lot to set up a circus.
Yes, it does. I didn't even realize how much it took. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this circus stuff so far?
It's cool, but scary and hard.
Yeah? You want to show me something? Yep. Crouching down is hard. It'd be cool if they had some poles back here so that you could actually try it with a pole to see the difference between holding a pole and not holding a pole. You're ready. You're ready for the circus. Look at that. I made it into the clown car. So the guy who originally was in this clown car was about 6 feet tall and I'm 5'11", so it's kind of interesting to see how he would feel and then actually driving this thing out onto the circus tent. You climbing on top? So they have a little thing right here about Emmett Kelly, and this is his suit that he would wear. He was a famous clown, kind of known for this tattered look, like a hobo clown, if you will. And he has a signature act where he tries to sweep up a spotlight that's on the ground. I feel like I've seen that before. I can't remember. Krista said she had seen it too. I bet I can find it online. Need to look it up, show it to the kids. So this is pretty cool. There's like a setup here for a vanity for clown makeup. And then they have this guy kind of teaching you how they put on the makeup and why they put it on, and a few of the different, they show up pictures of different clowns and how their makeup was used during the shows and whatnot. So super cool. All right, now we're gonna go upstairs. Oops, someone's there. All right, so we are upstairs now. Wow. Yeah, they had the advertising on the wall as you go up. So the origins of circus go back to 2,000 years BC, all the way up to 1750 AD. And they talk about the Latin root meaning circle, and then the Greek root meaning gymnasium. So super interesting that it's gone back that far. What do you want to show me? Okay, I'm gonna look through it, and then I turn this. Ah, it goes through all the pictures. That's cool. This is a timeline of the circus. I just realized that. So you have 1750 to 1840, 1810 to 1891, then there's all the way down to the end. This was interesting. So in 1944, there was a tent that caught on fire, and due to wartime restrictions, they had to waterproof the tent using paraffin thinned with gasoline, and so the tent burned up super fast. That is crazy. So Barnum and Bailey would go to 120 towns each season, set up 8 large tents and a bunch of smaller ones as well. Can you imagine what we saw downstairs, setting that up 120 times? That is incredible. All All right, over here they have a ton of models. I don't know exactly what these are, but I think they have like a little thing down here where they give you kind of an idea of what it is, but they don't have any references. So I'm assuming it's different acts, and they've made miniature models of all the different kinds of acts going all the way down as kind of like a timeline of the acts. Not necessarily a timeline, because this is 46, this is 53, and then we go back to 1950. But super cool that they took the time to make all of these models right here. It gets me wondering if they're gonna set up like an even larger display of what they have downstairs, using all these models as like as part of a timeline for how the circus came along. But this is really super cool to see. We might be going back in time because this is 1892. Maybe not. 1901. Or maybe, I don't know. This is very elaborate though. And then we're up on the second floor, and there's a window up top, so you can look down at that entire circus display from above, which is super incredible. There's another viewing window over there as well. We'll go and check that out. All right, so this right here is the other viewing box, the overlook. Wow, look at that. Dang. That's just part of this tent. Look, you come over here and you see all this out here. And then from the other side, oh, it's getting dark. Nighttime. I love how they do that. You can see all the little lights on the top of the tents come on. This is just such an incredible display. All right, we're coming around the corner. Looks like it's all about the different shows and all the costumes that they had. So impressed with how well they've put this thing together. Like from the red curtains with all the screens and all the memorabilia, and then you walk out and then boom, you see something like that. It's just so cool. So this is a little exhibit about the models that this guy, this is where the guy made all the models. Is that so cool? So Howard Tipple, and it looks, I didn't read it all, but it looks like he made everything by hand, and this is like his little workshop with all of his tools and everything. That is super cool. Timeline. All right, so they have this interactive thing here. It says hover your hand over, and then you can move it. Move your hand towards, okay. Oh, this is cool. So you can...
That's my favorite one.
So you can click through them, and then we'll do the animal. This is pretty neat.
Tap twice.
Tap twice to tap the stand twice.
So just down there.
Do what? Oh, like
Tap it
that?
on
Ah, and then it comes to you. Oh, that's cool.
there. And this one's a funny one.
Okay.
He's gonna get to it.
They give you all the... Oh, this is really cool. What you got over here, Beckett? Oh, the clowns?
Yeah, so, no, watch. It's not a bunch of them. It's just one.
This is fun.
Watch.
Push the button. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I don't even think we're halfway done through this museum because there's a whole other building. There's the grounds, there's the mansion, but this place is amazing. Definitely worth the money that it takes to come and tour this place. But if you guys want to see some of the other things that we're doing here in Florida, I'm going to put that video right there on the screen. You guys go and click that video. I'm going to see y'all in that video. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know if this was helpful down in the comments below. And Dad